Hello, how are we all? I'm just going to check I am live on the right place. Just check I'm on my Facebook page. Hopefully I am. Let me just refresh. It's been a while since I've gone live. I was very poorly in December and then had lots going on with the family in January. February, trying to catch up with work, and then got my mojo back by heading off to Onstage, spending a whole weekend with my crafting buddies. So I just wanted to pop on and share a little bit of what I brought back from Onstage and maybe do a little bit of crafting. What do we think? Let me know if you are watching, or pop hashtag replay if you're catching the replay. I am hopeful I am live in both Facebook and YouTube. If you want to catch the replay, you can always head over to my YouTube channel and they will be easily to access from there. It's a bit trickier, isn't it, finding lives on Facebook once they have passed. So yeah, what have I got to show you? So went to Onstage and we were given lots of swag. Hi Angela. We were given lots and lots of things. I'm just going to show you a couple. We got this amazing backpack. I'm going to take a picture and put it on my feed. Hi Elaine. It's the best bag that we've ever had, and I have been to a lot of these events in the 13 years I've been a demo, and this by far is the best bag we've ever had. So it's a really good rucksack, fits laptop and all those kind of things in. I got gifted this hand crocheted, it's an L, and it's got a little sombrero on because my team are the senoritas, and my upline, so my Stampin' Up grandma made me this. Thanks Diane. Just so we would all know whose bag was whose. They were all different, all the initials, and then all different in terms of the decoration. I had a lovely little sombrero. So how cute is that? So yeah, really great bag. The secret is, and I actually haven't put that in here at the moment, is it's got a pocket that you can access here. And in that pocket fits this awesome craft vanity type case, which I have currently got all my swaps in. So I'm going to switch you around and show you some of them so you can see what I got. It's just been used as a bit of a storage thing for now. But yeah, it is, in fact, I'm just unpacking. There's still some hidden. But yeah, really, really good. We got the new catalogue, which I can't show you inside of. We got this awesome colour wheel so that we can look at colours and how they kind of work together while we're crafting. You know, Stampin' Up is all about colour. So yeah, we got given so much stuff. We got a lovely notebook, which I've got here. We had some new stamp sets. We had a new kit that's come out. We had lots and lots of stuff. So I will be sharing a picture of that later. I just need to take a photo and put it all together. And then I can share what we got. But if I switch us down now, let me just check where my switcher thing's gone. I can't work it out. Where's it gone? Show all windows. Bear with. Hoping it'll come up. There we go. And I'd set it all up so I can do this. Let me just whack the light on as well. Hi Gwen! I've just been sharing all our goodies. You went to Houston, didn't you? Why is that light not coming on? Oh, there we go. There we go. Bit of light on the situation. So let me just switch down. Hopefully you can see that now. Okay. Let me just straighten you up a little bit. So I'm going to share some of the lovely swaps I got gifted, mainly because I want to unpack them and eat some of the chocolate. So this one was from the lovely, let me just see if it'll focus in. Hopefully it will. Come on, camera, focus. Let me see. Let me see if I can work this out while I'm on. Maybe I can't. I thought I could do it. Can't quite work out how to get it to focus. It was focusing earlier, so let me just, there you go, see if it'll adjust it. So this is a lovely little box. It's got the cute little dog on. Can't remember what set that's from, and inside is some pencils. So I'm going to give this to, in fact, Sue from Frankie Sue Stamping gave me this. In fact, I'm sure it was her, or somebody else actually might have given me this. We've got some lovely little pencils inside, and a lovely hand decorated box. How cute is that? No, do you know who this was? It wasn't Frankie Sue. It doesn't have, yeah, it's Anne Marie from Butterfly Crafts. So that is for Grace. How cute is that? It's really frustrating me that it is blurry and I can't seem to work out where it is. Let me see. Source, camera settings. Let me see. Yeah, it's got focus on it. I don't know why it's not. Let me just whack up the brightness a bit. Oh, there we go. It's focusing now, isn't it? So that was from Anne Marie. This one's from Sue. It's because I put them both together. So this is from Frankie Sue Stamping, and it's those little chocolate straws with the lovely cow and the cow punch. Milk it for all it's worth. What a great idea. Great for craft fairs maybe, or little gifts. You know, just really fun little project. So that's that one. And then let me grab the cards. So I didn't actually make swaps, but I did make gifts for everybody that was in my membership. But I did receive quite a lot of swaps, which was lovely. So got this one is from Ellie Kreutzer van Ginkel in the Netherlands. So this must have been one of the Dutch ladies we got to meet, which was lovely. You're the best part of my day. And it's got, I actually bought some of these for Grace. They've got lovely like chocolate tulips. So yeah, I've definitely, hi Helen. So yeah, there you go. Lovely little gift from one of my Dutch friends. This is from Sandra Roberts of Sandra's Stamping Studio, or Sandra's Craft Studio. Lovely little card, embossing, that brick wall type embossing folder. I think it's a little 3x3 card, and then these beautiful flowers and an embossed sentiment. My word, that must have taken her a while, but lovely cute card, isn't it? You haven't missed much, Talon. All you've missed is me sharing my goodie bag that I got in Rotterdam. And then this is a lovely card from Anne Marie. So this was an actual swap. The pencils were an extra little gift for my daughter. And this is using, I can't remember what that one's called, but just layering the paper, some stamping, layered embossing, and then the hexagon punch. Really nice card. I quite like the colour combo she's used. These are the outgoing in colours, which I'm going to be crafting with shortly. This is Forever and Always. This was from Crafting with Gillian. So Gillian is part of my wider team, my stamping sister, and this was her gorgeous card using the gold foil embossing folder, and then these beautiful papers with the gold shimmer on, and again the hexagon, and then layering up 2 hexagons underneath to create that effect. So really good to think about how else you can use your punches, like what can you do to kind of like add to the shape. So yeah, always good. I'll show you those afterwards. I then had this one. This one was from Sarah Sayers. She actually showed how she created this on her recent live. If you want to go check her out, she is Kiss Creative. Sarah Sayers at Kiss Creative, and beautiful embossed and then inked. It's a really beautiful effect, and especially in this Blackberry Bliss, I think it really makes the detail of the embossing folder pop out. So this is debossed here. This is bubble bath card, I think, underneath, and then the ink on top after you've debossed it. I need to watch her live actually to see exactly how she did that. This was off one of my teamies. So this was my gift, a little handmade envelope. And then this is this is an album that I am going to decorate. So she's made the structure of the album, that's the front, and then I've got all these pockets, and they've got pockets like that to tuck in as well. So I'm going to do it with my keepsakes from Rotterdam, I think. I need to print out some photos, but yeah, it's a really useful little cute album. So thank you, Elaine. Can't wait to decorate and do that. This was from I don't know whether this is Cheryl. Let me just open it up. It's such a frenetic activity when you're swapping that you don't always the Crafty Bee. This is, who's the Crafty Bee? Bev, that's it, it's Bev. So this was Bev, who came and stayed with us in the hotel. It was her first on stage and she absolutely loved it. And this is using the painted lavenders, and she even did us look a sheet with how to recreate it. So it's the perennial postage die, and then the painted lavender stamp set, and obviously the designer series paper, and I've got an envelope and everything. So that's lovely, isn't it? So yeah, love that. Thanks, Bev. And then this one was off Jill from Two Big Girls Crafting. This is a fancy fold. She always does a fancy fold. I really like this one. Definitely going to case it for my classes, because actually, in fact, I have done something similar with this. Don't think mine was square, but this layout I have actually created. Now I've looked at the structure. We did it at my Christmas class, but that just shows how different it looks when you use different papers. So it's got a panel that pops, and then you have like this W. Can you see that? Some gorgeous stamping, and then embossed and papers. It's got everything on it. And the foil, I think that's the decorative. I've got those, the circle dies. This was from my lovely friend Emma Goddard at Coastal Crafter. Absolutely gorgeous, lots of details as always with Emma, and lots of inking and sponging and blending and everything, all the jazz. So that was from Emma. And then let me have a look what else I've got. I've got my little plug. Oh, I've got a couple of little treat boxes. I put them in here to keep them safe. So let me show you these. Yeah, I think that's everything. So this one was off my team member and roomie, Lisa. It's got Vaseline in. We did have a mild panic when we got stopped in security with Vaseline because it's technically a liquid. And then a little tag, a beautiful little box, little matchbox for that. I think this one is off. I need to remember. This one's from Cheryl. I think this has got tea lights in it. So let me just check. Yeah, 2 little tea lights, look, in there. Another little cute box, and using that sentiment. I like that. And using fresh freesia, which is a beautiful colour and one of Cheryl's favourites. She's a pinks and purples girl. So I can't tie the bow while I'm on camera. I need to take my time. And then I can't remember. I think this is Carol, who, oh, I love it when, let me check. Yeah, Crafty Carol cards. So this is Crafty Carol cards, and this is, I think these both are actually. So I've got 2 Biscoff. I'm going to take them out because I shall have that with my coffee afterwards. But how cute are those little boxes, made with the paper this time, not card, and then paper to wrap it. Really cute. And then this one, let me see, it's again got a belly band around it. Don't go, let me just stop moving, see if it'll readjust. There we go. Oh, it's got 2 little chocolate eggs, and I'm sure this is off Carol again. It is. So she has shared the instructions for these on her blog, which is craftycarolcards.co.uk. How cute is that? Cute little box. And this looks like one that doesn't, oh, look at that, how it folds in. It's magic. I like that, Carol. And then a cute little belly band. Always like it when I find chocolate in swaps. Always good. Right, let me move my swaps to one side and then let's get creating. So we got to see the new catalogue on this time last week, actually Friday last week. We got to see the new catalogue. Let me actually I'll save them for another one actually. Which means because there's a new catalogue coming, we actually have quite a lot of product that is retiring. So I'm going to share with you some of the retiring products that are basically on a last chance from now until the new catalogue in May. These are available whilst stocks last. So these are the colours that are retiring. If you have any of these colours and you want ink refills, this is Parakeet Party. It looks beige in that, but it is actually just the way the light's catching it. And we've got Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide and Orchid Oasis. So if you have any of these colours, you might want to stock up on cardstock or ink refills so that you can keep the pads going for longer if you don't already have them. One of my customers is very, very good. She literally buys the ink pad and the refill at the same time, so she always has them. And I've got a card today that I want to create with you, and it is using a retiring stamp set. It's one that I did in my class. Let me just move all my swaps out the way before they go tumbling down. It's one we've had around for a while, so it didn't surprise me that it is going, but it is one that I will miss because I love these flowers and I love this sanding with all the different options. So I am going to miss having this to play with in my craft room. But obviously, if you're not a demo and you can just craft with whatever you like, then you could quite happily purchase this. And it is actually on offer. I will find in a moment my last chance list and tell you how much it's reduced for sure. I think it might be 50% off, so I'll let you know that shortly. So I'm going to grab some sweet sorbet and I'm going to cut a card base. So to cut my card base, I'm going to actually cut it the other way. Put it in portrait and cut at 10.5. Okay. And then I'm going to score at 14.9. Okay. So this will give us, let me just grab my bone folder. Let me know what you think about the swaps. They were lovely, weren't they? That is the best thing about being part of the Stampin' Up community. It's all about us sharing ideas with each other, which I love. So I'm just going to grab a layer to use. Got one here somewhere. Let's just see. Yeah, there we go. So this is 9.5 by 13.9, so it just gives us a nice wide border all the way around. Okay, I'm then going to grab what colour we would go with. I think I might match it with Orchid Oasis. Should we have some Orchid Oasis? I think so. See if I've got any scraps. So I keep all my, yeah, Helen, it's always full. And obviously we saw lots of demonstrations, so there was lots more inspiration. I've got loads of photos that I'm going to start sharing on this page and in my Facebook group. If you want to see them first, come on over to the Facebook group. I haven't got one big enough, so let me grab. Please tell me I've not used it all. No, I haven't. So this is Orchid Oasis, and I'm going to cut a piece this way. Actually, in fact, let me just cut it in half. And actually I want it at 13.9, so I want it the same width as that piece of basic white, and then I'm going to cut it at 5, I think. Let me just check what I did. Oh, my ruler's stuck. Four and a half we want it. I did think it wasn't quite as wide as that. So 4.5. So I'm going to now emboss this particular piece. I've got my mini cut and emboss machine because I'm actually going to use one of the small dies. This is the stripes one. So there is a duo in the catalogue where you get spots and you get stripes, and this is the stripes. It's a really nice effect on it. Let me just, I think it's 3D, this one, so I think I just need let me just check. I need a 1. Where's my 1? So with this you just need this underneath, the embossing folder with the card in, and then one of your clear plates on top. Whiz this through. Is it? Oh no, it might actually be both of these. Yeah. Okay. It's just too white because it is a 3D one. I thought it was, and then still picked up the... So it just gives it a nice texture, which is what I want on the card. So I'm going to place that like so. Now let's do a little bit of stamping. So this is a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm just going to grab my photopolymer, my stamping mat, to give me a bit of extra cushioning. And I've already got out the leaf. That's my sentiment. Pop that to one side. I don't need that just yet. Okay. So I'm going to use Parakeet Party, so it kind of keeps it in the same colour family, using all the in colours. Don't know why the cover of this shows up funny on your screens, but you know, we'll go with it, hey. Grab a bit of spare basic white, and then I'm going to stamp this leaf. Like so. You can see, honestly, I don't know why it's not showing it as green. That is green. Let me change the brightness. Maybe the brightness is making it weird colours. Hi Lisa, I've just been sharing swaps. I've shared your swap. Let me just try this. How did I get this up before? Let me bring the brightness down. Still a weird colour, isn't it? This is Parakeet Party, but it's looking orange on the screen and I can't work out why. But it's definitely green. So don't know why it's looking a weird colour on the screen. Apologies. It's definitely, if you know what Parakeet Party is, I know, looks like peach pie. It's weird, isn't it, Helen? Honestly, I don't quite understand it at all. Yeah, I don't know why it's peach pie. It's weird. It is Parakeet Party. In real life, it looks green. It looks great. So I'm just going to die cut this out. So I've got my die here. We need a little bit of washi because, you know, we just got to stop it having a wiggle as it goes through the machine. So my tip is get a bit of washi. Oh, this washi is super sticky. Maybe this isn't the best washi to use. Let me find the other one. Honestly, I've just had a tidy up. I've been sorting through what's going. I've been sorting through you know, all my stuff that's retiring, so I make sure that I use it in the next few weeks, but also then it's ready to be removed from my craft room, because I try and only show you stuff with current. I do keep some for my own personal use because, you know, I'm a crafter and I fall in love with these things. So I'm just going to put that on there. We'll just trim that down so it's easier to put through the die cut machine. Grab my plates again and my little embossing machine, and we're going to die cut this out. I know. Oh, you never got on it. I know, Facebook is being super weird. I did try and go live a little bit earlier, but it wasn't letting me connect to Facebook, so I went away for a bit because I was getting really annoyed, and then came back so that I could do it again. So there we go, that's die cut that out. So now we've got our little leaf. Okay. And then, so these colours are retiring, and I am going to be sad to see them go because they are some bright, fun colours. But it does mean we've got new colours on the way, and I absolutely love the new colours that are coming, apart from one. Have a guess which one I don't like. So now I'm going to, obviously we need, can't just put a leaf on, I need some flowers for my, and I'm going to do it in the sweet sorbet, am I? Shall I do it in sweet sorbet? Or shall I do it in one of the other colours? What do you think? I'm going to stamp it up here. And I could do it in sweet sorbet, or I could do it in one of the others. There we go. Maybe I do it in the orchid to tie in with that. I think so. Let's do that. And then we could do the sentiment in sweet sorbet. So it might be a good idea actually to glue that down so I can see roughly where I want it to go. Let's glue our strip down, our embossed strip. Move mine out of the way. I just want enough under here to stamp along this bottom bit, so I'm not putting it. Shy Shamrock is my least favourite, but I'm sure I'll grow to love it, just like I did with Wild Wheat. Yeah, I'm with you. I like Wild Wheat now after thinking, oh, I'm not so sure. But it's the peach one that I'm not that keen on. So I'm just going to stamp this here, like so, in the coordinating Orchid Oasis, and then I'm going to add my little leaf. And obviously the reason I've die cut this out is because I'm going to layer it on top of this embossed panel. Like so. Stick, stick. Just need a tiny bit under there. So as I said, this whole bundle, it's not a bundle anymore, but the dies and the stamp coordinating stamp set are retiring. And they are on offer, I believe. I just forgot to write down before I came on exactly what it is. So I've got a little bit of a centre to put in, and I want a yellow, which I've left over here. Let me just grab that. It's in one of these boxes. There we go. Just trying to find my retiring list. I've been having a sort out this morning. So let's pop that, and because they're photopolymer, it's really easy to stamp and pop that through. See, the yellow looks yellow, it's just the green doesn't look green. It's weird, isn't it? Weird. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the sending because I love this die. Absolutely love it. So like I say, one of the reasons I love this is because you can send it just has so many options. So I've had the die, the stamp somewhere, and I don't know where it's gone. It's not on here. Let's have a little tidy up for a second. I am working in the smallest possible area because I brought my laptop over. I've bought everything. And then I've had the swaps. It's just a bit crazy. So I've had it out. I've seen it today. I don't know where it's gone. Let me have a look. Oh, it's there. It's gone on the other side. Honestly. So let's put that on there. I'm just going to give my stamps my ink block a little clean because it's got a bit of parakeet party on. I know. I didn't see it, Lisa. Honestly, the Tombow looks blue. Let me have a look. Oh my goodness! What is going on? There's something magic happening with my... Oh, hang on. Yay! There we go. I've figured it out. There was a little button connected. You can see the colours now, look. That's what we're aiming for. And look, Parakeet Party is now not as green as I'd like it, but it's green again. Honestly, there's a little tick button that had been ticked that shouldn't have been. How bizarre. I'm just going to again stamp this sentiment in the sweet sorbet, and then this this has already got bits of washi on because I've been using it. So we're just going to pop that down and whiz this through. Let's get rid of those, we don't need them. Bring this back. So I love having this mini cut and emboss machine. It just saves so much time having it handy and fitting on my desk. When you've got a small craft area, it is perfect. And it's so light as well, so you're not like lifting. I used to choose punches before we got this more than dies because it was just easier. So there we go. I've got ascending. So the idea is this is going to sit here. Could have done with that flower being a little bit to the right, but it is what it is. We will perhaps try and move that leaf a little bit. I mean, you could raise this up on dimensionals. If you were Lisa, you probably would. She'd made a card yesterday in her live and used about 50 dimensionals on one card. Didn't you, Lise? Is Grace any better? Yes, she's at school today. My phone's ringing, however. Oh, it's my husband. He doesn't know I'm going live. Look, he's made me stamp it wonky or glue it wonky now. Just ignore the ringing in the background if you can hear it. I'm going to ignore it. And when he says, "What were you doing?" I shall say, "I was crafting." And then let's do a sentiment. So like I say, there are so many options. I am going to stick with the one I've got out, which is birthday wishes, because I feel like it's the one I use a lot. So sending birthday wishes. Yeah, she's not fully recovered, but she's decided she was well enough to go to school. Like Corrie and her stamping seal. Yes. But she decided she was well enough for school because it's the last day. They break up today. And then I've just grabbed these rhinestones. I don't know whether they're still available, but I really like them, and I just want something quite subtle. So I'm just popping them on there. Then let's layer all this on. So here we go. And there we go, using up some of the outgoing in colours, and then this bundle is also retiring. Here's the one that my class ladies made, and that was with Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis behind it. So now I've got a duo, but yeah, that is one of my simple, I mean, there's a bit of die cutting and there's a bit of embossing. It's got texture, it's got something nice and different, but it's still quite quick and easy to make, which is what I'm all about. I don't have a lot of time for crafting, but when I do, I like to be able to make a couple of cards really quickly and simply. So that is that one. Let me know what you think. I'm just going to put a couple of my bits away because I'm going to get a different stamp set and thing out. So that's the Sending Smiles and the Sending Dies. Okay. And then the next one, I believe, is also a retiring stamp set, and it's the Bottled Happiness, and this again is one that I created. This actually is a complete case from the amazing Jay at Mitosu Crafts. So I'm just going to grab all my inks out and share with you this one. I did tweak it a little bit, but it is generally a card designed by Jay. I did tell him that I'd cased his card when I saw him last week. So this is Bottled Happiness. Again, I think this is on the retiring list, and again, I think it is reduced. I can't remember if this one is actually. So I have got basic grey card base, usual size. So that was cut A4 down at 14.9 and then score at 10.5 to form your card base. Then you have a piece of Tahitian Tide. This is the same as before, 9.5 by 13.9, and then I have a piece of basic white which is 9 by 13.4. Okay, so let's get crafting with this one. So this stamp set has two images that are work in conjunction with each other. So they are two-step stamping, and we're going to stamp them on here. I'm going to stamp the full one first in the smoky slate, so I want it a little bit lighter. Than the card base, and I'm just going to stamp it. Again, I'm using my mat because obviously I'm using photopolymer stamps. I'm just going to stamp that one there, and I'm going to stamp it again. Now it doesn't matter that if I come to stamp the other one and it slightly overlaps in the middle, I'm not going to be too concerned. Slightly gone too far one way, but maybe we'll go with the B side. Let's do it again. Let's go a bit far over. You forget how big this stamp is. There we go. Let's do it again, like so. That feels more balanced. So I'm then going to take basic grey, so the darker grey, and this is where it can be a little tricky to line up this stamp on top of here. And what I tend to look out for, there's a bit of this one, I don't know whether you can see it, this one here goes in that large flower, okay? So if you spin it round, and then you need to look for the 3 as well. Let me turn that round so it's easier for me. So I'm just going to stamp this in here. Make sure I just get it the right way round. Sure, I did this last time. Let me just check. Yeah, that's it. So you kind of line up the centre flowers. There we go. Gonna go for it. We all need a B-side, don't we? Okay, it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Let me do it again. So spin it round. I don't know why I'm finding it hard this way round. Isn't it funny how one way seems easier than the other? No, it is that way. It is definitely harder one way than the other. I don't know why I can't figure it out. You just have to look at the centre of the flowers. There we go, I think I've got it. No, I haven't. Is that it? No. No. Sure. Maybe I've got the wrong flower. Hang on. Yes, no wonder I'm struggling. Looking at the wrong flower. There we go. As soon as you get the right flower, it all magically lines up. So it's this big one. I was looking at that big one. It's this big one here, is that one there. And then they all magically line up and go. There we go. Get there in the end. So there we go. We've got, it's only subtle between the darker and the lighter, but it's just enough to create a nice effect. Okay, so I've got my little background with me 2-step stamping. I did make that look harder than it is. I'm now going to stamp the bottle. So I've got this bottle and I'm going to use the Tahitian Tide, which is one that is part of the 5 that's retiring. I don't know why that's come off the block, but let's put it back on. I'm going to get blue fingers now. It's okay. Wouldn't be crafting if we didn't get a little bit inky, would it? So there's my bottle. This stamp set also comes with the outline so that you can give it an extra effect. Let me just clean that off so I don't get too messy. And then I have this one here. So let's just pop that on there. And I'm going to stamp this in the darker. So it acts as like a shadow. I can just see that is a little bit wonky. And whilst wonky is okay for flowers because, you know, it's nature, we don't want it too wonky with a bottle. Oh, Helen says she's going to miss Tahitian Tide. I know what you mean, Helen. Like, I've probably not used it enough, but it's such a vibrant blue, isn't it? It's really, really good. So, there we go. Let's have a little bit of a tidy up. So I've used that. This comes with a coordinating punch. Who doesn't love a coordinating punch? So I'm just going to feed my image in. And can you see? And then just adjust and punch. There we go. Now, before I'm going to glue it on, I just want to create a label to adhere on. Now, you get a label, but you don't get a punch to cut this out with. So what I decided to do was take the smoky slate, and then I'm just going to stamp off, grab a little bit of grid paper, stamp off a couple of times, so I've almost got third generation for my little label, and then go back in with the basic grey. So you could heat emboss, all those kind of things, and this just says sending cheer, and then I'm just going to fussy cut this out. Honestly, my snips, where are they? I've got some big scissors, but they're not ideal for doing this job. It's a good job it's a small one. Need to find them. My daughter is becoming a nightmare at, I've got like four pairs, but I think I need like another 4 more because they're forever disappearing. Honestly, I feel like all I ever say when I'm coming on live is where are my snips. So there we go. I'm just going to glue that straight on. Glad I got my colour sorted out, because this bottle will look weird probably if I'd not altered the colour. You'd be like, it's not a Tahitian Tide bottle, Louise. So we have twine. This came with all the colours, so you got twine in all of the 5 colours. I've still got some of this, so I'm going to use it to match my bottle. I'm just going to put some tape on the back and then wrap it round like so. And I quite like twisting them over each other so it kind of looks nice. There we go. I'm going to glue this onto my card front. Well, actually I've got the layer first. The layer of Tahitian Tide. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only one, Helen. I'm glad someone else is always losing their snips. Honestly, don't quite know where they go. There we go. You kind of want it central, but it doesn't really matter if it's not. And then, just to keep Lisa happy, we'll add some dimensionals. So again, I'm just being a typical crafter and using up the outside rim of my dimensionals because, you know, they're still sticky, they still do the job, they're just not in a nice hexagon shape. So let's peel the backing off. So kids finished today, so you know, who knows what will happen next Friday. I may well be here because they are of the age where they don't want to do stuff with mum. I will let you know nearer the time. Poor George went in today and I hadn't realised, and neither had my husband, that it was non-school uniform. So, you know. And I said to him, should we go home and get changed? And he was like, no, Mum, can't be bothered. So bless him. He's about the only kid in school today in his school uniform. But he was not fussed by it whatsoever. Which, you know, I'm quite proud that he's not bothered what other people think. Okay. So I'm not going to add too much like embellishment to this because I feel like it might be good for a manly card with the greys and the blues. So I'm not going to... Oh, do you know what I have got? In fact, I am going to add a few. Only because I found them in my desk while I was tidying. So I'm just going to put a couple of these on. Yeah, just 3 little dotted about. In fact, I think it needs another one. I don't like 4, but generally, but I think it works quite well actually. For this particular card, 3 looked weird. So those are my cards, all using stuff that is going in the last chance list. So you've got this bottled happiness, which is here, and then you have sending smiles, which is here. So let me just switch back if I can work out how to do that. Hello. So yeah, thank you ever so much for joining me. Those of you that have come along and watched live. If you're watching the replay, then obviously let me know by popping #replay, and I'll come and check out your comments. And yeah, let me know which card you prefer. Do you prefer number 1? In fact, let me go to the one I actually created. Number 1 or number 2? Let me know which you prefer. I'd love to hear. As I say, this one is cased from Matosu Crafts, who was artisan designer for Stampin' Up last year. But yeah, they are quick and simple, you know, but really effective. So, you know, I just think that's what I'm all about. I will hopefully be here next week, but as I say, it is school holidays. Then the week after I won't be here because I will be I'll be away with the family. So yeah, all good. And if you're on my newsletter, watch out for the newsletter with all the news and classes that are coming soon. And I will speak to you all very, very soon. Just need to remember how to end this now, and I've covered up all the buttons. Let me know. Where is it gone? There we go.